Hey, Octane. How are you? Happy Sunday. Yeah, good afternoon. I guess it's not morning. It's nice enough here that I can open the door. We had a bunch of rain this morning, and it's improving. How's my audio? Hey, Chris. Yeah, how does the audio sound? Audio's fine? Okay, good. I'm using the iPad today, and I'm not sure if the mic is on the bottom and it's sitting on the table, but if it's fine, it's fine. Quite the week. How's everybody else doing? Octane, you in the shop today? So I'll give you guys a status update. The new grinder is in. Everything's 100% as of Octane Dad. I know how that works. The new grinder's in. Everything's working 100%. As I posted, the chuck came in late. I picked it up at the freight depot on Friday, thanks to John at GLG Knife Works, who helped me out with that. The crate was 120 pounds, so we figure the chuck is about 100 pounds. So it was a little bit of a pain to manage with one person, and I don't have a jib crane. Although I'm thinking about doing a thing, but so we got the chuck in, and on two separate return visits that day, John came back, and I was able to get it up on the grinder for the bottom grinding, and then I got it up, got that all finished. It came out great. And then John came back for visit number 3 for the day, and we flipped it over, and I just last night I finished grinding the top surface of the chuck, and it came out beautifully, absolutely spectacularly. And just as a point of trivia, the white wheel that's on the machine right now is the one that shipped with the machine. So I'm using Okamoto's wheel to do all this, and it came out great. So I'm very happy. Today I'm working on the automatic dressing on this machine. There's a set of diamonds off to the left of the chuck, and they have to be raised up, and they give you a riser block. So I'm doing that today. Right now I'm in the midst of just cleaning the grit and old grease off of the bolts and stuff for the dresser, the diamond dresser, and I'll show that. We'll wait for a few more people to show up. So let's see, Octane. I'm trying to remember where everybody is. Post your location in the thing, and remind me. I just can't remember where everybody is. So we'll give it till probably till about a quarter after before we start doing any like tours uh, of the new machine. But we're 100% operational. I can make PFG stones now on the new machine, and I'm very happy about that. So and there'll be a few surprises coming in a couple of weeks. We have some new stuff coming out of Kinetic Precision. Upgrades and modifications to the process, basically. But the PFG stones are still PFG. Dika Machining, welcome aboard. We were just, oh, here we go. Belgium, I will try to remember that. Hey, Dika. Hey, where are you located, Dika? I don't want to guess. I think I know. Yeah. I know you're in Massachusetts. That's great. Roger that. And I don't know how to pronounce it. Lucan? Welcome aboard. Spencer Tool and Grind. Are you in Spencer, Mass? That's the best name for a shop ever. Hey, Ducky's here. Welcome aboard, Ducky. It's a good day in the shop. Hi, Hassan. Knee. No. I thought you might have been one of the knights that said knee. I don't know. Well, it was just a guess. Michigan. Right. Welcome aboard, Michigan. Many good machinists in Michigan. Ha! Quack, quack. So Ducky was here last week and visited for a little bit. That was nice. And I got to size up his truck because I might be getting one next sometime the next year. Great. Well, to bring everybody who just joined up to speed, the Okamoto grinder is 100% operational. So how long did that take? It took about a week and a half. Hey, Chris. Took about a week and a half after delivery, maybe a little longer, maybe 2 weeks after delivery, and we're back in business. So the Brown and Sharp is all set up and actually at my friend's place about 5 miles away, and it's grinding. So the old Micromaster is earning its keep, and that's pretty cool. And we got Friday we picked up the Okamoto chuck from the freight depot. We short-circuited the delivery, which was a really excellent decision. And my buddy John helped me, and we got it up on the grinder and, see my posts. Ground the bottom, ground the top last night, and I'm real happy. I also indicated it. I know I'll be asked questions about this. I indicated the table, and of course you're indicating with respect to the weighs, right? Table looked great from the factory, so I left that exactly like it was. Ground the bottom of the chuck, got it mounted properly. We'll talk about properly in a minute. And then last night ground the top of the chuck, and that was the end of the evening, and it came out absolutely stunningly. So I'm very happy. So we're back in the grinding business as of this morning. Although I did do a job yesterday. So here's a funny story. A buddy of mine had a AR-15 platform firearm, and he had an accessory that had an interesting little screw and nut configuration, and it was unfortunately right over the gas block, so they had very little clearance. So I told him I'd help him, so he brought it over, and we ended up grinding the nut thinner so that it would clear the gas block, and then we had to grind the screw down. And Mr. Okamoto did his first work for a paying customer. Of course, the oh, your reception is poor. I'm sorry. Should have gone to the wedding we went to. Just kidding. Hope you get that sorted out. Anyway, so the Okamoto did his first grinding for a customer whose bill came up to zero because it was actually a favor for a buddy. But it did real work yesterday, and that was before the chuck was ground in. And then and now we're ready for precision work. So I'm very happy. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to starting production on PFG Stones on the new machine. Might do some of that today, but the first mission I'll show you. The first mission is getting this mounted up. So this is the dresser for the Okamoto, and actually this is the back of the table and this is the front of the table, or as the Japanese call it, this is the column side and this is the worker side. And the wheel can come in, the wheel would be like this, and the wheel can come in and dress itself flat on the straight diamond, and then it can come over here to these very cool diamonds at 45 degrees, and it can dress a form on the wheel. So between these three diamonds, the machine can put any form you want on the wheel. Isn't that cool? So this guy sits in the T-slot at the left side of the table, and unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's set up low, and when you put the chuck on it, it's too low. So they give you, as part of the goodies that come with the machine, they give you a riser block, which is a very tight fit. I got to do a little bit of hacking there, but they give you a riser block to bring the dresser up, I think 15 millimeters, and that's today's project, is to get this guy remounted high enough so that he's usable off the left side of the chuck, and then learn how to use it, because this thing, the software and everything is very powerful, but again, I've got to do some serious reading and figure out how it works. So that's today's project, and I'm about 20% of the way into it. I got the dresser off the table. I got it started to get it cleaned up. There's still a little bit of schmutz on there, and then we'll get it back on the table with the riser, and we'll try to get everything calibrated and working. See if we can't make it auto dress, which is going to make me just blow my mind here with automation. So 12:15. Any questions? You guys have any questions? Anything about PFG Stones, my shop, the status of the universe? Put it in the little question box down there. East Coast was pretty wet yesterday, at least around here, and we had rain this morning. but the door is open, and it's otherwise a beautiful day. Ducky, if you're still with us, how much rain did you get? I don't know if Ducky might have ran away. Well, I'll give you guys the quick nickel tour and show you what the progress was. Turn the camera around. Yeah, CMC. That's a good question. Computer numerical control. You were in Boston, got absolutely soaked. I believe you got soaked today. So, Chris, I will be able to put the stones in the fixtures, hit the button, and it should execute my full recipe automatically. So, yeah, no problem. So, the answer is yes. It will save me from standing in front of the machine for about 20 minutes at a time, and that's a big deal. Plus, and I don't know when I'm going to get to taking advantage of it, the new table, the new chuck is bigger, so it's 8 inches wide instead of 6 inches wide, and I think I'm going to get some efficiency out of it. I'm going to have to play with it. So I may be redesigning my work holding in the next few months to get my efficiency up, and of course it'll never compromise the quality. So that's what I'm working on right now. Let's see. Where's my flip around the camera thing? There we go. Ooh, that looks like that lens is not happy. Hang on. Please stand by. Is that better? A little better. Hey Bob, welcome aboard. So, let's see. So here's the new chuck. And just for the safety people, the wheel is not turning. So the new chuck is ground in, absolutely spectacularly. Plus I ran an indicator over it, and I'm getting basically as close to 0-0 as I can get from the indicator, given the indicator flexibility. So a funny thing, Okamoto put this nice stainless steel wheel cover on it, and they put a piece of mild steel here so that you can actually attach your magnetic indicator holder. So I use that. Over here on the left, this is where the dresser goes, and this is what I'm cleaning this area, and then here's the dresser. So this lives there. You can see the 2 holes and the T-slot, and there's the 3 diamonds. Boom, boom, boom. And there's your riser block. So that's what I'm working on today, getting it all cleaned up, denatured alcohol, and we'll get that mounted back up on the machine. So, yeah. To do all the work that I did, I was manually, hey Fabian, I was manually dressing the wheel in the old-fashioned way, which was really cool. But now I'm really ready to get the automatic dressing working. Can't wait. So that's where we're going. Let's see if I can back up here. The iPad is kind of crufty as a camera, but this is the setup. And there's the coolant system. Coolant system is working great. And if you scooch around the back, there's the the coolant filter of unusual size, and that's working great now too. So, oh, and then the latest edition, which I posted about, it's a small thing, it's literally a small thing, that's the check valve. And the check valve is what allows the coolant to not suck back air into the system. So you can see this coolant sitting right there. And this thing is worth the price of admission. $13, and I would do it again, twice. So that's this current status. I'm sitting here learning all the controls, as you can see. And is the y-axis driven through a gearbox? The y-axis, so the y-axis is goes up or goes down, okay? The y-axis is on a ball screw. So, and I'll show you something that'll blow your mind. There's the vertical feed handle, right, which is the y-axis. And so for every click in the pulse generator, for every click, you can get 5 10,000ths, 1 10,000th, or 0.1 10,000th of an inch. So every click now is 100,000th of an inch. And these major marks, that's a tenth. From 30 to 40, that's a tenth. When this is in this position. Yeah, no problem. We'll get back to the z-axis, but I had to show you this, and this looks like complete egregious overkill here, right? But you realize you could do a really careful touch off on the top surface of your part, and with very, very little chance of gouging, or doing something stupid, which if you've ever run a grinder, you know what I'm talking about. So this seems nuts until you realize for touch off it's awesome. So your question was this axis, right? Which is on a grinder is the z-axis. Z-axis, see, there's your thing. Z-axis is always in line with the spindle. So you asked, that's also a ball screw. So there's a ball screw driving it actually drives the table. The table moves in this machine. It doesn't look like it because it's big and fat and it's got knobs and buttons, but the table is what's moving, and the table is driven with a ball screw. And similarly, if you come over to the z-axis control, you have the same thing. Look at this. 0.1 10,000th of an inch. So same deal. You get some serious fine control to position the head. And of course, if you come over to the screen, and for example, if we go over here, all right, there's all your decimal places. They're not fooling around. Okay, so let me show you around the back of the machine, and you can see kind of how the machine's configured. This might be a little dark. So the table right here, the table rides on ways. The head goes, the wheel bearings, the wheel housing goes up and down, but otherwise it's fixed to the structure. So I hope that answers the question. Yep. Oh yeah, there's very good eye, man. You're right. There's a gearbox. I'm sorry. You're right. There's a gearbox right here. So the answer to your question is actually yes. And there's the gearbox, and there's the motor. So and this is full of oil, and it has its own oil sight glass for that gearbox. Basically, it's a 10-year oil change. But yes, motor, gearbox, table axis, right? Z-axis, and that answers your question. And then on top, you can see same deal. There's the motor, comes in. Another gearbox drives the y-axis. So, hope that answers your question. But pretty cool configuration. And here's the fences that came with the chuck, right here. The fence for the back and the fence for the side. And those are sitting at hot standby if I need them. Most of what I do, I don't generally need them, but we may put those on later. And just a shot from the other side. I'm literally standing outside now. There's the transformer, the electronics box, and the rest of the goodies. All right. So you're kind of up to date on the machine. I'll shoot some videos doing some grinding, and actually the thing that's most interesting is going to be auto dressing the wheel. That'll be kind of fun to watch. And seeing as I've never done it before, it'll be really fun to watch. So we're coming up on the bottom of the hour. I'll probably call it unless we get some questions or some new folks coming in. But that's the story. So I might as well, if you give a couple of plugs here. That's a good question. Does it make the flat stones easier to grind, or is this mostly for ferrous parts? So for me, it's for everything. I only have one grinder, and so all of the PFG stones going forward will be made on this machine. I don't think you'll be able to tell a difference, and it'll be the same recipe. But I also do, a lot of other fun grinding because I like it. And I have a product coming down the pipeline that is a hardened steel part. So that will be made on this machine also, and that will be ferrous. So we'll be doing some of each, and even some. We may do some wacky stuff on here. I don't know. I'm going to try things. So we may try some titanium. There's a couple of experiments that I'm going to be doing with titanium, and it will involve grinding titanium. So I don't know how that's going to go. That'll be a new recipe, obviously. I hope I answered your question. Kind of for everything. So big thank yous to Interstate Rigging, Mr. Ed Wallace, best rigger I've ever met, and he's just an awesome guy. Those guys were fantastic, getting the old machine out and delivered to its new owner and getting the new machine in. Okamoto, Chicago, stupendous bunch of guys. I found my person there that I can contact and make things happen, so that made me very happy. And they were very accommodating. And that's it. 12:30. Hey, it's 12:30, according to my phone. So I'm going to say goodbye for the day, and we'll catch you guys later. Of course, welcome aboard. So if you guys want PFG stones, we have a small amount of standing inventory, a couple of packages of the 6-inch stones, and a couple of the minis, and a couple of the 4-inch stones. That's all we have in the inventory right now. So probably today, if I set up for grinding stones, I need to grind myself some round stones. I want some round silicon carbide PFG stones for over at the mill, which you really can't see. It's over in Bay 1. and I have to make some for myself and a couple for inventory, so we may be getting to that. So if you have any questions, ask them now. Otherwise, we're going to shut it down and get back to work. It's Sunday. We're not going to sit around. So if you guys have any topics you want to cover for future lives, let me know. I'll prepare for it. Just DM me. All right, guys. Hey, thank you, sir. You too. You have a good one. Enjoy the day. It cooled off here in New England. And it stopped raining at the moment, so I'm very happy about that. Have an awesome weekend. Get flat. Stay flat. If you need stones, you know where to go. PFG.GG. And we'll catch you guys later. Ciao.